Hi everyone, I'm the Earth. Today we're going to talk about the 10 most devastating natural disasters in Earth's history. I'll rank them from number 1 to number 10 based on their level of destruction. Backhand index pointing right, let's start with number 1, floods. Floods are extremely powerful. They can sweep away skyscrapers or drown an entire city in just a few hours. The main causes of floods are heavy rain and storms, and in some cases, deforestation by humans has made things worse. One tragic example happened in India in 2013 in Uttarakhand. More than 5,000 people lost their lives, and the flood caused massive economic damage to the region. Number 2, wildfires. Wildfires are natural disasters that frequently occur during hot and dry seasons, especially in the United States. One major cause? Human negligence, like littering or throwing away cigarette butts carelessly. Wildfires bring devastating consequences. They don't just burn trees, they also contribute to floods by removing natural barriers, and they pollute the air, destroy ecosystems, and reduce forest coverage. One of the worst wildfires happened in Australia in 2019. It burned 18 million hectares of forest and affected over 3 billion animals. That's truly terrifying, isn't it? Number 3, drought. Drought is a silent but extremely devastating natural disaster. It occurs when the earth heats up, combined with long periods without rain and climate change caused by human activities. Drought can dry up rivers, crack open farmlands, and lead to severe water shortages for both humans and animals. But that's not all. Drought is also a major cause of wildfires, famine, economic crises, and forces millions of people to migrate in search of better living conditions. One of the worst droughts in history happened in Ethiopia from 1983 to 1985. It lasted for 2 consecutive years, causing over 1 million deaths due to hunger and disease. It remains one of the most heartbreaking humanitarian tragedies ever recorded. Number 4, tsunamis. Tsunamis are one of the most terrifying natural disasters on Earth. They have the power to flood an entire city in just a few hours, leaving behind devastating destruction. The main cause of tsunamis is underwater earthquakes and the collision of tectonic plates beneath the ocean. Other rare causes include volcanic eruptions, large storms, or even asteroids colliding with Earth, although the chances of those are much lower. One of the deadliest tsunamis in history happened in 2004, off the coast of Sumatra, Indonesia. A massive 9.1 magnitude earthquake triggered a tsunami that submerged parts of the island and caused the deaths of over 230,000 people across 14 countries. Since then, scientists have developed coastal barrier systems and early warning technologies to protect people. However, even these can fall short when faced with massive tsunamis. Number 5, tornadoes. Tornadoes are incredibly destructive, capable of ripping apart houses and leveling entire towns in seconds. The wind speeds inside a tornado can reach up to 500 kilometers per hour, 310 miles per hour. That's faster than most race cars. The main causes of tornadoes are powerful storms, or the collision of warm and cold air masses. This mix creates spinning air currents that, under the right conditions, form a tornado. In the United States alone, there are about 1,000 tornadoes every year. That's absolutely wild. One of the most devastating events happened in 2013, in Moore, Oklahoma. A massive tornado with winds of up to 300 kilometers per hour, 186 miles per hour, struck the area, killing 24 people and destroying hundreds of homes, causing severe damage. Tornadoes are quick, brutal, and unpredictable. That's why having early warning systems and safety shelters is so important in tornado-prone regions. Next up is a natural disaster even more destructive than tornadoes. We're talking about hurricanes. Hurricanes are massive storms that can cause flooding, tornadoes, and widespread destruction. Their power is terrifying. The main cause of hurricanes is warm, moist air rising from the ocean surface, which gets pulled into low-pressure systems, eventually forming giant spinning storms. Whether a hurricane is weak or powerful depends on how much warm air the ocean releases, and in recent years, global warming has only made them stronger. One of the most extreme hurricanes ever recorded was Typhoon Tip. It had a staggering diameter of 2,200 kilometers, 1,367 miles. That's about half the size of the entire United States. At its core, Tip had winds reaching 305 kilometers per hour, 190 miles per hour. This wasn't just a storm. It was a record-breaking monster, making Typhoon Tip the largest hurricane ever in recorded human history. When hurricanes hit, they bring destruction on land and sea, leaving behind flooded cities, broken homes, and heartbreaking losses. The seventh natural disaster, volcanic eruption. There are thousands of active volcanoes on Earth that can erupt at any time. The main cause of a volcanic eruption is the magma deep inside the Earth's core. As magma builds up, pressure increases. When that pressure becomes too great, the volcano can erupt suddenly and violently, releasing massive amounts of energy. When a volcano erupts, it releases not only lava but also a large amount of sulfur dioxide, SO2, gas. This gas is toxic and can pollute the environment, affect human lungs and respiratory health, and even alter the climate for long periods of time. One of the most powerful examples in history is the eruption of Mount Tambora in Indonesia in the year 1815. This eruption is recognized as the largest volcanic eruption in recorded human history. The ash and gases released into the atmosphere were so massive that it led to what is now known as the year without a summer. Snow fell during summer in parts of Europe and North America, and global climate patterns were severely disrupted. The eighth natural disaster, earthquakes. Unpredictable and unavoidable, earthquakes are a constant source of fear for millions living along the Pacific Ring of Fire, the most seismically active region on Earth. Not only do earthquakes cause massive destruction, but they are also a major trigger for tsunamis and volcanic eruptions. So, what causes earthquakes? The main cause of earthquakes is the movement of tectonic plates, the massive slabs of Earth's crust that are constantly shifting. When these plates collide, pull apart, or slide past one another, they build up pressure over time. Eventually, this pressure is released in the form of violent ground shaking, what we call an earthquake. Calendar: the strongest earthquake in history, Chile, 1960. In 1960, a powerful earthquake struck Chile with a magnitude of 9.5 on the Richter scale, the strongest ever recorded. The earthquake triggered a massive tsunami that reached as far as Japan and the United States. Over 2 million homes were destroyed. Nearly 2,000 people lost their lives across several affected countries. Paw prints, tsunami warnings, lessons from animals. Long before modern technology, ancient people looked to animals for early signs of disasters. In Japan, some animals were believed to sense tsunamis or earthquakes before they occurred. These included dog-faced dogs and cats, wild birds, snake eels, and other aquatic creatures. Many animals can sense subtle ground vibrations or shifts in Earth's magnetic field, things humans cannot detect. Disaster number 9. Melting ice and rising sea levels. This is a slow-moving disaster, but one that's no less dangerous than sudden catastrophes. Climate change is causing polar ice to melt rapidly, leading to rising sea levels that threaten billions of people living in coastal regions. Thermometer: what causes it? The main reason is global warming, the gradual increase in Earth's temperature. As the planet gets hotter, ice in the Arctic and Antarctic begins to melt faster than ever. This melting ice flows into the oceans, causing sea levels to rise. Bar chart: real-world data. Between 1901 and 2018, global sea levels rose by 15 to 25 centimeters. If this trend continues, scientists estimate that by 2100, sea levels could rise by 0.6 to 1.1 meters. Water wave: places at risk of being submerged. Desert island, Maldives. Palm tree, Tuvalu. Hibiscus, Kiribati. Water wave, Marshall Islands. Sheaf of rice, 17% of Bangladesh. These low-lying countries and islands face the real risk of disappearing underwater. Warning: the biggest cause, human activity. Plastic pollution, vehicle emissions, and factory smoke are all contributing to the warming of our planet. Our lack of environmental awareness is pushing humanity closer to disaster. Disaster 10. One of the most dangerous. Asteroid impact. In the vastness of space, millions of asteroids and meteoroids roam freely, traveling at tens of thousands of kilometers per hour. And it takes just one large asteroid to hit Earth to cause devastation on a continental scale. or even trigger mass extinction. Collision, a real example from the past. 66 million years ago, an asteroid about 10 kilometers wide crashed into Earth. This impact is widely believed to be the main reason dinosaurs went extinct, and it caused catastrophic changes to the planet's ecosystem and climate. Satellite, what are we doing to prevent it? In 2022, NASA launched the DART mission, where a spacecraft was intentionally crashed into an asteroid heading toward Earth. This mission was successful, proving that we can alter an asteroid's path and possibly prevent a future collision. Warning, why is this terrifying? Because an asteroid impact is one of the few disasters that could wipe out all life on Earth. It may seem like science fiction, but it's a real threat, and that's why scientists are watching the skies more closely than ever. Final words. In recent years, natural disasters have become more frequent and more intense. And the harsh truth is, human actions are the main cause. Through pollution, deforestation, and the overuse of natural resources, we are driving climate change. And in doing so, we're putting our own future at risk. It's time to wake up. It's time to act.